What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Technique Critiques with Coach Brian from Big Ben Strength. We're going to be taking a look at one of the newer lifters on our team, Matthew. He's from South Africa. He is completely self-taught via online coaching from me with weightlifting. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and break into a technique critique from him for a 50-kilo hip snatch double, or a dip snatch. Sometimes these are called. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Okay. Definitely some mobility stuff going on in that upper back. You can see it's just kind of hard for him to get his arms back behind his head. Other big things I'm seeing, just dipping too low and feet position being a little inconsistent. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. All right, so first rep. First rep, right initially off the bat, looks like his feet are a little too wide in the start position. I would like to see you get some, Matthew, please get some weightlifting shoes. I think it would be very beneficial to you. Weightlifting shoes are very solid heel with a heel on them, right? And it's going to make you be able to push through the ground a little bit more efficiently, whereas now if you push through the ground, you kind of push into plush on your shoe, which isn't ideal. All right, and we can see him dip, and here's all the dip that you need, right? Here's the extra amount of dip that you do. It's just unnecessary. You're actually going to be losing a lot of power, and you won't be in this position when you pull the bar from the ground. So anytime that you do a hang snatch or a snatch variation, the goal is to mimic a position that you should be getting into from the ground. However, from the ground, you shouldn't be ending up in this position. You should be finishing from this position straight up. So I would say try not to dip anymore once you're already in your dip position, but just train exploding straight up from there. Now, this part's actually not bad, not terrible, which I like. It's good. I can see, okay, so two things here. One, feet are a little too wide. Your landing position, whether it's a power or full, should be where you can comfortably squat. So all the overhead squat practice that we're doing with an empty bar right now, we want to try and get into that position when you land in your snatch. All right. The next thing here is, it can see that you're having a hard time with getting that bar back behind your head, and that's going to take some mobility work, which we're still doing a lot of, especially with the pullovers. We could probably increase the mobility work just to be able to get your arms back behind your head a little bit easier and make this position a lot more comfortable. Yeah. Okay, so just to recap what we were talking about, the main things to work on here are going to be, one, get weightlifting shoes. That would be sick. Two, don't dip any more from the dip position that you're starting in. Just explode straight up from there. Now, if you want to make this a true dip snatch, you're going to stand up completely and then dip down and drive. Very similar to a push press, right? It's about standing straight up, dip down, and then drive back up, right? Starting in your dip position is not wrong. It's actually a little bit harder to do, but I really do like that as a technical variation as well. We just didn't really specify that in the programming, which I'll go ahead and do from now on. So that I would keep that in mind. And then we're going to try and see if we can do some stuff to work on your bicep mobility, in particular bicep and chest mobility. I'd be willing to bet that if those get better, then you will be able to get the bar back behind your head a little bit. So I'm going to start programming things like the bicep opener in there, which are challenging to do, especially to do correctly, but we'll give it a whirl and see how it goes. So hopefully that answered a bunch of questions for you, or if it didn't, hopefully it brought up some new things for you to keep in mind. And for any of you guys that are watching, if this is something that you struggle with, stay tuned, because we are going to be doing some more content on Matthew and getting that bar back behind his head a little bit better. So, yep, that's it for today on this video. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. And then if you want technique critiques like this for your lifts without signing up for our team, you can just join our Patreon, which is a lot cheaper. It's about $7 a month starting there. It builds up based on the amount of technique critiques you get per month. Along with that, you get discounts on apparel, as well as early access to apparel drops. So yeah, make sure you sign up for that at the link below in the YouTube video, or at the link in the bio for any of our socials. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.